Why are we friends with him?
I don't feel safe around him.
Yes, Corey, we're talking about you.
Yeah, that's fair, actually.
It was just right as I hit
He's
record.
on his way to work right now, like, son of a bitch. Like,
Corey, this message is for you. Hi.
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 Oh, I hate you all. Welcome back to another episode of What You Take, the show where we talk about just about anything we can possibly think of and bring you guys along for the unfiltered, unapologetic ride. As always, you're going to have myself here, Steve, my brother Chris.
Look behind you. See, now if I saved your life, you owe me a subscribe. Okay? Okay.
Can we get the subscribe first? Because if they die,
Hit
now we don't
subscribe,
have the
then you're
subscribe.
allowed to die.
Right.
No.
It all counts for the numbers.
See, I warned them of danger. If I save them, then they can subscribe.
You
once
assume
I
they
save.
appreciate this. Maybe they wanted to die.
Right.
Well, you know.
We're going to get sued because we
Yeah,
just
some
we
guy was
stopped
like
someone from
walking
dying.
and he was about to get, it was like every college kid dream of getting hit by a bus.
Right.
And Chris just warned him about it. There goes that, like, there goes free school. Like,
And sexy Spence.
yeah, introductions. Hi.
They know who you are.
Yeah, I just say dumb shit.
Before we get into the really dumb shit of today's episode, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break for a message from our sponsor.
Sponsors.
Get
All
those
about
sponsors.
Sponsors.
Man, we gotta get like a beatbox
Sponsors.
going.
Sponsors. Think about sponsors. Sponsors. We like sponsors.
That one might actually stay.
Yeah, that one might just that's there. Oh my god.
There's a really good chance that one's staying, bud. All right, guys, me from the podcast must have said that it is time to talk about W. So we're going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. W Energy is the new energy drink that you need to try. It's got none of the other BS that those other drinks have in them, and they have got all the flavor that you do want. Personally, here on the show, we are big fans of the Galaxy Grenade and the Big Energy Tears. Me personally, this is my guy. Blue raspberry, all the way. One scoop, throw it in the shaker bottle, you're good to go. So here's what you're going to do next. You're going to go to w.gg. You're going to pick out the flavor that you want. You're going to go to checkout. You're going to enter in our code, What You Take. That's going to then save you 10% on your order. Here's what you're going to do next. Get back to the show.
That's just
Just
gonna
us
be.
being stupid, then the ad plays. Like,
That's the cutaway every time. Sponsors.
oh my god.
Let's keep talking about so last couple episodes we've had some movie updates, we've had some film updates largely in the superhero realm of things. I'm gonna go away from that. Still gonna stay with movies and TV shows, but we're going away from some of the superhero stuff.
National Geographic.
These are things that I have.
Bro, don't shit on National. I love Planet Earth, man. That's National Geographic, or is that BBC?
I don't know.
Well, now I'm questioning it.
What I do-
love that show, though.
History Channel.
What I do know is the stuff that I
Aliens.
have here, I have not shared with you guys yet. A
Oh,
lot of
okay.
the other stuff, typically, I'll either bring up in the chat or, like, you know, while we're on Helldivers or something like that,
Yeah.
and then you guys kind of forget about it because it's a month in advance.
Bro, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
I know,
to tell you
that's
the truth.
the amazing part.
I don't know what I did yesterday.
Point
Do
in
you know what you did
case.
this morning? Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So,
Paperwork.
Just numbers everywhere.
that's like the safest blanket answer you can get.
I filed stuff.
I used a filing cabinet today, and it was great.
I typed numbers into a spreadsheet.
So this first one is interesting because I have two different sources on this one that have the same outcome, but two different studios or
Okay.
parent companies.
Okay.
Okay. So the good news is we are absolutely getting a Lara Croft series, Tomb Raider. Okay.
Who's gonna be Lara Croft?
Well, so here's the thing.
okay.
As of about 10 seconds ago while we were on break, so for everyone out there in YouTube land, this is on June 1st, okay? Around-
2063.
Fuck off. June 1st, around 12. I
Don't
first
trust
learned-
the shots. Like, no, I'm just kidding. Don't do it.
It's a plot!
It's a plot.
As of about 10 minutes ago here, I learned that Netflix is doing an animated Tomb Raider series called
Really?
The Legend of the Tomb Raider.
You know, I've noticed like Netflix
Netflix
is
does
really
good.
stepping up their anime game.
They're doing good.
Yeah, like I've noticed a lot of like actually pretty good like animations. Like
Yeah, I mean-
they just got Hell's Paradise.
Well, I mean, Nightmare of the Wolf did really
Oh,
good.
that was great.
I mean, so they're pretty good. So that is absolutely happening. Like, there's a trailer out there and everything
yeah.
for The original rumor that I had here is that Amazon just greenlit a Tomb Raider series, and I have no information on that one, whether
Yeah.
it's supposed to be animated, live action. If it's Amazon, it's probably live action.
I was gonna say they don't really fuck with anime, except for Invincible. That was really solid.
And Vox Machina.
And yeah, that's fair.
The interesting part is the fact that we have two big box studios, or big punching studios, that have the same franchise, and that's not normally something you see.
Right.
Unless Tomb Raider's not...
Spider-Man.
They don't typically put out at the same time, though.
Oh.
So
I just don't want to see a Spider-Man situation.
No. I don't think we'd get that with
Fucking
Lara
fair
Croft.
though. Like,
So, I mean, so that's happening. We're going to get some Tomb Raider.
yeah,
And I think there's the chance for that to be really, really good.
Have you guys heard anything? This is
it's like
a side
a sexy
tangent.
Indiana Jones. It's great.
I love Tomb Raider. Have you guys heard any rumors that Cavill is stepping away from the Warhammer 40K project?
I heard the opposite.
I've heard very opposite.
Oh, I've heard that he's stepping down from it. Apparently, that Amazon was on some bullshit or something.
No, they gave him full rights.
Oh.
They from everything I heard, and I'm happy to be proven wrong. From everything I've heard, they basically wrote him a blank fucking check.
Yeah.
And said, "Do your shit, boy."
Well, dude, here's what I think. Amazon's pretty smart in the sense they saw what happened with The Witcher.
Yep. And they don't want that to
The
happen.
original first few seasons, when they kept with the script and the books and all that, and the games and all that shit, it did amazing. Then they started doing their normal bullshit, and then you see it tear off. And now we're getting, I don't even know who the hell's gonna take his place.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Not Liam Neeson.
I'm Geralt of
Yeah, like, dude, his
I
voice
will
would
find
rock.
you.
He should be a Witcher. Like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, you're onto some shit. Like,
They've taken Siri.
yeah, like, well, can we get Liam Neeson? Like,
Mads Mikkelsen would have been great too.
yeah, dude. No. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Liam Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
Liam
Yeah.
Who is
Hemsworth,
taking
yeah.
over?
No. I think your brain was onto something though, Steven. I
This
think that
is
would be
why
pretty
you
dope.
think
Like,
before you speak.
Somebody in the comments, I want you to use an AI art generator to make Liam
Oh,
Neeson a Witcher.
dude, fucking, where's my phone? I'm doing this right now.
We'll upload it with the video.
I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Just kidding.
Liam Neeson is Geralt of Rivia.
So yeah, I mean, I don't mind the idea of the animated. That'll be fun. I really want, I do want Amazon to do a live action one. I think that'd be a lot of fun with this character, with that universe and what she is. I think that makes sense for Lara Croft Tomb Raider to be video games, for her to be series, things that can be elongated and things that are based in like treasure hunts and like myths, because there's an endless supply of those things that can really make for a long running series.
Yes.
I think this is a smart play if it's true.
Yes, I agree. I've never been a huge Lara Croft person. I mean, the most Lara Croft exposure I really have is Angelina Jolie.
Which was not bad.
No, it wasn't bad. I didn't mind it.
I don't think anyone mind it.
I didn't really play any of the games.
Yo.
Does it go
Let me
hard?
chime in here quick.
Does it go hard?
Oh my god. I love her. Like, that is the reason I've fallen in love with her.
Oh, okay.
Wait, are you talking about Angelina Jolie or Lara Croft?
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my first real exposure to Angelina Jolie. Then it was Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The games do go hard, though. Like, they're...
You mean you never watched Hacker?
Hacker?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, never mind. That's some 90s bullshit.
Yeah, no, sorry.
You're
bud.
much older than us.
I am much. Yeah, I keep forgetting I get aged every time I talk.
All right, go back to your AI.
Yeah, I know. I'm learning this doohickey.
I think it makes sense. And I think what I hope, and I'll probably catch flack for this in the comments, I want them to do Lara Croft right and fix what happened with Tom Holland's Uncharted. Because Uncharted could have been a series. Uncharted should have been a long-running series to follow in those kind of mystery footsteps of like Indiana Jones and so on and so forth like that. This is their chance to remedy that.
Did you see the previews for Indiana Jones and the Golden Circle?
Like the
game?
I saw the teaser where it just kind of like glossed over the like the countertop that had like his whip and stuff. Is there like
There's a full trailer
There's a
out.
full
There's a
fucking
full
trailer?
trailer out now.
motherfucker?
It looks bomb.
Is it still so? The last rumor I heard about it is it was going to be first person. Is that still seem to be the case?
It does seem to be the case.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty dope.
Yes!
I really don't
I mean,
mind.
I can get behind it.
I really don't
bro.
mind that.
Lean forward. Put that on the fucking camera right now.
Is it good?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Take a screenshot. Send that to me. That way I can put this in.
And then we'll put it like right here.
I'll take up the whole fucking screen with that thing.
sending this to the thing.
God damn, I love AI.
Honestly, even if he's
now.
That's amazing.
even if he's not Geralt, I would be happy with
That's what I'm
him
saying,
as
like-
Vesemir.
Yes, like just
Oh!
I would be happy with him as
he would
Vesemir.
actually rock it.
Yes!
Older, grumpy ass
Yeah,
mentor
right.
Witcher. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of yelling, but yeah,
We're writing our own show, boys.
we're taking the reins. Let's go. Like,
Come at us, Netflix.
God, no, wait, don't. I mean, come at us with a paycheck, please.
Yeah,
Not.
yeah, now,
not
now
a
with your
cease and
lawyers.
desist.
Like,
I'm gonna get a cease and desist.
oh, so fast. Disney's already kicking in the door. Like,
You can tell which one of us worries about legalities here. I got Netflix over there. Mousetrap's trying to kick in the door over there.
right.
Oh, motherfucker! Time to pay the piper. We take copyright seriously, bitch.
we own China. Like,
Give him the gluck. Oh. Anyway,
fucking goofy.
so we're all on board with the Tomb Raider thing.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
I figured as much. And again, it's a smart thing. It really
Well,
is.
it's like I also kind of wonder though. Like you said, there's gonna be an animation. I was always curious, like what kind of animation they're gonna do. Like,
It
is
looks-
it like the realistic kind. Is it like the?
So the trailer that I saw, it looks like it's in the same anime style as like Nightmare of the Wolf.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm down with that. You know what I really wish they'd bring back, and this was like my favorite style of animation, is like the late '80s, '90s kind of animation, like the 2D, like dark gritty.
I really don't like animes that try and do the 3D in places.
No, I don't
Yeah.
either. Like,
I don't
it's
like
just
it.
they keep trying to make it work because I think it's cost effective. But
Right.
like the 2D to me is just amazing. Like
X-Men?
You'd probably love or like you'd probably love this. Have you ever seen like Wicked City?
Mm-mm.
It's like this gritty ass like
I'll have to look it up.
cyberpunk. It's on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely check it out. I feel like it's your style.
Okay. I dig it.
It's like one of
Um,
those where you see a head get blown off and you see like the bone and the guts.
Oh.
yeah,
yes,
it's
yes,
like
yes,
the
yes.
gritty.
Okay.
like-
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
about that.
You know what my favorite kind of decapitation is when they take off the top of the head and you can see the tongue.
Why
and the
why
bottom.
is that
so weird
Why
to me,
is
yeah.
that so satisfying though?
Yeah, like,
They did it right.
Yeah, just straight through the melon.
Yeah.
Like-
It looks like a CT scan.
yeah. Like, dude, Dead Space, they did that all the time. It was like,
Yes.
no, man, this is clean. I want it, like, gritty. Like,
Yeah. Mm.
Or my favorite, too, is when they cut them this way,
Oh,
and the eyes
vertical.
blink, and
Yep.
then it slides, and you're like, oh.
Yep. Vertical.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with the vertical one though is like I can appreciate a good vertical slice all the way, right? I like the partial verticals.
That's what I'm saying, the angle. Like, it's
Not
half
even that.
your
Like,
head.
it just
Stops at the hips.
stops at like the hips or the chest, so that like they're still on their knees, and then they just kind of like flower
They
out.
blossom like a beautiful
Yeah.
flower. Like,
That's
to
it.
be really creepy.
Yeah. Chris, in D&D, I'm making death flowers.
Sure.
Like, I'm
Roll
getting-
for it. Let's go.
I'm
Like,
getting this shit, man.
I'll assist you. Don't you worry.
You have a hammer. That's horrifying.
It just kept going.
Well, I guess if you did like a smite or something, or
Nope,
like a
we're
like
not.
a like
we
a flame
are
attack or
not
something.
going into this. Next up in my rumorville. First of all, have you guys seen the trailers and whatnot for Transformers 1, the animated one?
I haven't seen it, but I heard they aren't like pulling punches with this one though.
They're not.
Like, yeah.
They're not. It's interesting because it's animated. It seems like it's more like the 90s style of the
Yeah.
Transformers. Okay, Chris Hemsworth is the voice of, I think, Optimus. Okay.
I
So
can see that.
keep that in mind. There's already talk that he is going to be doing another animated Transformers film, but it's going to have a crossover with another popular 90s franchise.
Okay.
Okay. 3 guesses on what you guys think that is.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Nope.
No. You said 90s.
You know, like 80s, 90s.
80s, 90s. He-Man?
Nope.
And it's Transformers
Transformers
Plus.
plus insert franchise. I will say this.
Gargoyles.
Nope.
Make it happen.
It was a popular TV show, but it was almost I dare say a more popular toy line.
oh.
Street Sharks.
Nope.
Power Rangers.
Nope.
Voltron.
Nope. One more.
Captain Planet.
No, but I have news on that later.
Oh my God! Don't you tease me.
Is Don Cheadle coming
Oh
back?
my God.
I'll give you guys each one more guess. Chris?
Oh, fuck. 80s,
Transformers
90s.
Plus.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was already a live-action adaptation of this done. Transformers Plus.
I don't have another guess.
Spence. Transformers Plus.
The King Arthur Knights.
Nope.
Knights of Camelot.
Nope. G.I. Joe.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Transformers crossover with G.I. Joe, animated. Chris Hemsworth still leading the way on the Transformers side of things.
Okay. I'm really torn here because my childhood is like, dude, yes. But as a functioning adult, I'm like, that's absurd.
G.I. Joe!
Yeah, like as a 12-year-old me be like, Jesus shit, yes. And then I'm like, I don't know, yeah. Okay. No, I'm down though.
I'm fully down.
I want to see The Rock punch Optimus. That's what I want to see.
Well, again, it's going to be animated, I think.
Oh, I want The Rock character to punch Optimus.
Knowing is half the battle. And the other half is extreme violence.
Yeah, everyone's got a plan to get punched in the mouth.
Not nearly as exciting. I mean, for me, it's really exciting, but I'm not going to get the same reaction as I just got out of you guys. We already know that the Ballerina is a project happening in the John Wick universe.
Oh, dude, that actually looks solid.
I did get a little bit more information on that. The ballerina's character is the ballerina that we saw in John Wick 3. The one that was
performing while the shit was going on?
Yep, so it should be her.
Yeah.
And then there is a film in the works. I think, again, still heavily in Rumorville from what I understand, about is it a series or a film? I think it's a film, centered around Kane. I think it'll be a prequel. The blind guy from John Wick 4.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kane, and I was like, that's interesting.
Nope.
Biopic.
How'd that work?
So that should
Cheap,
be,
I guess.
should be interesting.
No, honestly, though, that's actually really exciting. I love the John Wick universe.
Love
I do,
'em.
and I love how they're expanding on it. I wish the Continental would have done better.
The Continental needed to do so much better. It
Yeah.
was, in my opinion, shit, garbage. Didn't like it. They tried too hard. They pushed too much on the 70s.
I'm glad you're not holding back.
Mel Gibson did just as bad in that as he did in Drag Through Concrete.
Oh, fuck
It
that
was
movie!
so
fuck
bad.
that movie! If you ever watch that movie, fuck you for... Oh.
It's actually funny. I was talking to a guy at work who I found out is a secret movie buff, right?
Okay,
And
I always love when you find those.
I know,
hidden
right?
in the wild.
And I was like, so have you ever seen Drag Through Concrete? Okay, hold on. You're going to be proud of me for 5 seconds here. I'm going to role play this for you.
Okay.
I was like, okay, so insert his name because I'm not going to tell his name. I was like,
You know who you are.
I got a movie for you. Okay. He's like, all right. I was like, it's got Mel Gibson. He's like, oh yeah, all right. I was like, it's an action movie. He's like, yeah, dude, absolutely. I was like, okay.
I've seen The Patriot. I fucking love him.
Have you ever seen Dragged Through Concrete? And I kid you not, we're at lunch and I'm like, I got all serious with him. Like, have you ever seen Dragged Through Concrete? He's like, no. So what it is, this action film is kind of like the detective thing
you're
going
such
on.
an asshole. I love it.
And he was like, dude, no, I've never seen it. What did you think about it? I was like, it fucking sucked.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make him watch it. No. You gotta go home and you gotta watch it tonight.
He was like, what do you mean? What's so bad about it? I was like, the TVs weren't plugged in, the lamps weren't plugged in. You could tell things from a mile away. You could just call shit left and right.
All the time.
And then as I got up, I was like, I gotta get back to my desk. But it felt like you were being dragged through concrete the entire fucking time.
That's the point of the movie.
And
actually,
he
it's a
just-
play on you.
He sits next to me where our desks are, right? And he was just laughing. And he was like, really? I was like, it was that bad. It was that fucking bad, man.
Joe, bro, I'm pretty open to movies a lot. And
It was
just-
so bad that it wasn't even so bad that it's good.
Right, no, it was so
No,
bad.
this isn't like B-level bad
No.
where it's like, this is comical. It
this
was just...
should have never been released.
The guy had a TV in the middle of the room that was just powered on and there were no cords. And he was gaming. There was nothing.
It was bad. You could tell it was made on a budget.
The Mel Gibson's, I'm sorry, his acting was like shit.
It was horrible. Who
Fucking
was the other
plot-
Who was the other guy in there? He was a big
Vince
name.
Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Like a Mel Gibson and
That
Vince
guy
Vaughn.
dated Jennifer Aniston.
I was never a fan of Vince Vaughn.
No?
No.
I liked him in like Dodgeball and I think like certain comedies I think he kind of shines, but generally I don't think he can do serious.
He can't do serious.
That's
no,
the thing.
I completely agree with you on
He
that.
could be the serious guy in a comedy.
Correct, because
Like-
at that point you're just like the less comical guy.
Right. Like it's
That's
your
really
face.
all that
That's
is.
what's the not funny part. Like
Not a fan of Vaughn's.
But no, like generally speaking, though, Drag Through Concrete was a shit movie.
Oh, it was
and I'm not
horrible.
one who likes shitting on movies, but that was just garbage.
I will always shit on that movie.
Yeah. We're just drinking. We're like, we can't even laugh at this. Like,
Here's one I don't think I'll ever watch because I'm not a big horror person. Right?
Okay.
Pennywise is getting a prequel series.
About what? When he was in fucking space?
They
That's
already
what-
had the prequel.
I don't know.
You know what they need to do?
What do they need to do?
Or sorry, they didn't have the prequel, but
They need to fucking do the Dark Tower.
Tell me more.
They've done the Dark Tower.
Go fuck yourself. That wasn't the Dark Tower.
That's how. See, take that feeling. Then that's Drag Through Concrete.
The Dark Tower is like 14 books.
Yeah.
And they tried to smash it into one movie with fucking...
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was an okay movie.
No, I'm just kidding. It was not okay. Here's the thing. If you read the books, I feel like you would enjoy the movie.
All
if you
right.
read all of them,
All right.
all
Stop
right,
breathing.
all right. No. Okay, generally speaking, though, I think you would enjoy the movies if you got more of, like, what happened in the world. It was like one of those, what they did with Rebel Moon. He tried
Yeah.
to build a world so big and so fast that you just got lost in the info.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like Dark Tower should be a series.
Right.
Like-
it should. Or even just a limited that's like 8-9 episodes.
Yeah.
Just not
Yes. It was way too...
condensed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
Like you said, it's 14 books.
It's like... Yeah. It's
I don't know the exact amount, but
I started the series. And I was like, this is absolutely nothing like
Yeah.
what I... Because I wanted to read the books because I had seen the movie, and I was like, the books are way better. And I don't typically like being that guy. That's like the
So,
books
to be
are
fair,
better.
though, the books are always better. Because you get the info. Even Jurassic Park, the book's amazing. Like, except if you come to Starship Troopers. Because I love the quote from the guy from Starship Troopers where he's like, yeah, I want to start this movie off. Like, anyone who has read this book will know I never read the book. I'm pretty sure that was like a direct quote from him. Like,
That's funny.
so...
But yeah, no, like I'm typically I don't like people who are like that, and I don't like being that guy. But like, dude, you could have done so much better.
Well, like, again, though, but I kind of get where it was coming from, though. Like, generally speaking, the Dark Tower, like, limited series weren't really a big thing as they are now. But I bet you if you were to pitch something like that to, like, Netflix or Amazon, they'd be like, yeah, we'll give you, like, 8-9 episodes, and let's see how it does.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That's actually, I think, kind of more common practice.
Well, I mean-
However, the shitty part about that, though, is with that being a common practice is you get some, like, one-series shows that are amazing,
Some
but
bangers
then
out
you
there.
just, that's it.
Yeah.
Because, like, whether or not maybe they just didn't advertise it enough, but they just didn't get the views.
So here's another one, kind of following in the same thought process as Pennywise, as far as like what the fuck are they gonna do with it. There's also talks that they're gonna do a series based on 300. What are you gonna do?
What do you do?
That's what I'm saying.
It was the whole battle. They made a second movie to cover the...
Battle of Marathon.
Yeah. Wasn't that part of the Phila something wars or something like that? I read the books on it.
Peloponnesian?
Peloponnesian, that's what it was. Which was more of a naval battle, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, that battle is actually where... I saw a comedian talk about this. It's kind of funny that the reason why a marathon is called a marathon is that the runner from the Battle of Marathon ran that distance nonstop to the city to inform them of the battle. And
So he ran 20.4 miles.
And he died.
From running that?
Yeah.
Dude, now we can do that in 2 hours.
Like, and it's funny that we now have like a sporting event based around.
That's actually kind of... I love hearing little things like that. Like, that's why that's that way.
Yeah.
But no, like, I don't know. That war, I guess, was pretty gnarly, though. Like, it was a huge naval battle that happened in the Mediterranean at the time, or the Aegean Sea.
But Aegean, but
Aegean, yeah.
to your point, Steven, I don't know what they would do with 300 as a series. Unless
That just seems like it's a cash grab.
Oh, it is.
it's either a cash.
But again, maybe you just want to watch a bunch of buff dudes kill people.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, it was... 300 was pretty cool. And I loved the concept of it because it's so ridiculous, but it was a story.
Do you know how great it was when like my social studies teacher in 8th grade wanted to show that to us, and she had to try and pause and fast forward through the sex scene, and even trying to do that, we still saw the fucking sex scene in school. Like there was no getting around that.
Well, and the other thing too that's a real
But goddamn,
common,
that movie's awesome.
it is.
a real common misconception too is the 300 Spartans were not the only ones that were there. There were also like
20,000.
there were thousands of Greeks who were
No,
there.
it was
For sure.
it was like 20,000. I think was to the point. It was 20,000. They made a line. The only reason the Spartans became famous is because once they found out they got flanked, the 20,000 Greek
Dipped.
soldiers dipped. But by Spartan law, which is why the saying at the end is like that, is like they're never allowed to retreat.
Right.
So they stayed.
Mhm.
So the 300 knew they were going to die, and that's why they became famous.
Yep.
So it kind of makes you wonder. It's like, immortality through staying, or you could be a Greek and run like a bitch.
Right. So this next piece,
No, sorry.
before I let that get out of
Sorry,
control,
I know a lot of like backstory.
Oh, I
behind
love it.
Yeah.
Surprise butt sex.
I'm gonna let
I mean, that's a thing.
That's Greek.
I'm gonna let you guys decide which one you get first.
Yeah.
I've got news on 2 movies,
yeah.
2 different franchises.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want the space one
Space.
or the medieval one?
Oh, shit. Space. I gotta go
Space?
space.
Filming begins for this new film in August of 2024. Riddick.
Riddick?
They're finally doing another Riddick.
Riddick is coming back. Filming begins
Bro.
August of 2024.
Is this a sequel,
I don't know.
continuation,
I don't know.
prequel?
I don't know.
Are they getting Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel is confirmed.
Okay.
Vin Diesel is confirmed returning for Riddick. Filming begins in 2024. So that it's written, all of that shit's done. We're not even in pre-production. We're gonna
Okay, so
lights,
it's like,
camera,
here's the date for filming.
yeah,
And
light-
this is happening.
Lights, camera, action, August 2024.
Dude, I love that. No, dude, Riddick's always been one of those where I'm like, it pops up every like 5-6 years, and I'm like, yes, there it is.
It's a good series.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
And you don't get like worn out by it because it's so few and far between. It's
Yep.
just,
Yeah.
I don't know. Which one was your favorite? I'll include the anime in that one too.
I've never seen the anime. Here's the thing.
It doesn't really play into the story. Of
I
it.
liked Pitch Black because I liked the concept of it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the Chronicles of Riddick with like
The Necromonger.
with the Necromonger guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
those guys were fun.
I liked those because that was like a full blown action, whereas
Yeah.
this one was like a thriller horror.
Yes, that was my.
Yeah.
That was honestly kind of my problem with the series. Is that Pitch Black was very much a thriller horror movie.
Yeah.
And the Chronicles of Riddick, like you said, this is an action movie.
Yeah. And then even in Riddick, it was like a little bit of both, but I actually enjoyed Riddick because like
I don't know if I've seen that one.
you haven't.
I don't know. Maybe it might be
He
one
was
of those.
trapped on that planet, and then those slug things, and he had to get past that beast, and it shows him like his survival instincts.
If I've seen it, it might have been like once, maybe twice at
Once,
best.
but-
Not enough to like maintain.
The one
anything.
thing I didn't like is it was very much like Pitch Black.
Okay.
It was very much like, oh, the rains are coming. And when the rains come, these beasts emerge from the ground and they trample you. And I'm like, it's like at first it was like, okay, the first 3/4 of the movie was very much like its own thing. It just shows like Riddick's a survivor and it
Right.
shows how he goes about it. And how he makes like a fool out of like all his all the guys after him, which I love.
Right.
But at the end there with the rain and these beasts comes out of the ground, I'm like, oh, are you trying to do a nod off to Pitch Black, or are you
That's
just
almost what that
ripping it
sounds
off?
like. That almost
You know?
sounds like it was. Yeah.
Right. So I was like, that's where I kind of lost it with that. I think a lot of people did, but like it was still like entertaining. Like I wouldn't pay to go see it, but if it's on, it's worth watching.
Fair. That's fair. So the medieval one. I'm gonna preemptively turn this down a little bit because I feel like one of you is gonna scream.
I love how Chris is like, I'll just move this away.
So move the mic away. So you guys know Peter Jackson is returning for The Hunt for Gollum.
Yep.
We know Andy
God, I'm
Serkis
so
is coming
fucking
back.
happy. Yep.
There's another cast member that he's not confirmed, but he's
Vigo?
open to it.
Vigo?
Vigo.
I heard he's and I love the fact. Actually, I've heard this too. I love the fact that he was very specific. He's like, I'll come back if it makes sense.
If it makes sense.
Like if
And I
you do
haven't-
it proper, I will come back.
I
And
haven't
love
seen
that.
him in shit either. Like, so he's like Aragon.
I think after it, dude, in my mind, he's Aragon.
He will
Yeah.
always be Aragon.
Like my thing is like,
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad no one screamed.
Orn.
Huh?
Aragorn.
Aragorn. Fuck off.
go fuck yourself. How's that sound?
No, I saw the interview, so I knew this was.
Yeah, I already knew
Oh,
about it too.
gotcha.
Yeah. No. He specifically said he'd come back, but as long as it made sense, because he just didn't want to make an appearance for the sake of making an appearance.
Right.
Because
Yeah. No, I'm excited for the hunt for Gollum, and I'm kind of
do we have a time frame for that yet? No.
No.
Okay.
I'm excited for the hunt for Gollum because, and I may have mentioned this on a previous podcast episode, or maybe I was just talking to you guys about it, but the hunt for Gollum is a very interesting saga within the Lord of the Rings, because, and again, we've kind of gone back to this too. Like, a lot of people forget the time scale of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Gandalf was gone for years after Bilbo's party. Like, he was gone for, I think, 10 or 12 years or something like that, maybe even more.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where Frodo almost kind of like fucking forgot about
Right.
the whole thing. And then one day he just came back and he was like,
Wait, for the audience, one more time.
magic.
Okay.
But yeah, no, like that whole saga, like Gandalf was going place to place to place. He was hunting for knowledge. He hooked up with Strider and with Aragorn, and they went and they hunted down Gollum and they caught Gollum. And there was a point where they gave Gollum to Legolas's people in Mirkwood, and then Gollum got away from them and then hooked back up with the orcs in Mordor. And like, there's a whole like, it's very, yeah. Sorry.
So wait, so you know the time frame?
I think so. Yeah. There's a point. Yeah. There's a long stretch of time.
Right.
Yeah.
But like between what and what, just for like people to reference.
So from the moment that Bilbo pulled his prank at his party and dipped,
Yeah.
Frodo got the ring. Gandalf says, "Keep it secret, keep it safe."
Yeah.
And then dips.
Yeah, they fuck off somewhere.
Yeah. They fuck off somewhere. That was years. Like years.
Okay.
And the hunt for Gollum takes place in that time period that he's out in the world. And then when Gandalf comes back and says, "That is the One Ring, and we are going to Rivendell to deal with this."
So this would be technically what, in between the end of The Hobbit and
No.
The Fellowship?
No.
In the Fellowship, when
The-
he put the ring on and dipped off before they found him in Rivendell, it's been 12 years.
Yes. So
Oh.
yeah. So when Bill,
This is like inside of the Fellowship.
They
of the
made
Ring.
it seem
Yes.
like it was instantaneous, but
Oh.
apparently it was 12 years.
yeah. So when Bilbo was giving that speech and then he pulled that prank on everybody and disappeared,
Yep.
and then he gave the ring to Frodo. Gandalf says, "Keep it secret, keep it safe. I have to go check on some things."
Yep.
He dips.
You fool of a toque.
He dips. That is when the hunt for Gollum begins.
Gotcha.
And then when Gandalf comes back and he's like, "Hey, do me a favor, throw that ring in the fireplace."
Right.
That
Is this based
when it
off
would
the
end.
books or the movie?
The books.
Okay, because in the movies they made it seem like it was all in like the same afternoon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
he
mean,
actually dipped out for 12 years, found Golem, got a bunch of information, found out that's the fucking ring we're actually looking
Well,
for.
he had suspicions.
Okay.
Well, and I
While
mean-
he was out
So
hunting.
Frodo had the ring for 12 years already?
Yes.
And he just hung out in the Shire with it?
Yep.
Well, and what's interesting though
They really
too, I
should
mean,
emphasize that. but-
you look at like at how movies were made back then. People weren't doing series of things.
Yeah.
So in the process of creating that trilogy, that made sense to get rid of that.
That chunk at the time, yeah.
Right.
No, that
Because
does,
They were
as
like, no one's
far
gonna
as-
ever come back to this. Let's make, but they did it so well.
Streamline this? That's just, yeah.
They did a really good job of doing that though.
Yeah. So yeah, this in time in Lord of the Rings, this would all happen in like in between scenes of Fellowship of the Ring.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so when he said keep it secret, keep it safe, he's like, keep it that way till I get back.
Yeah.
And it was 12 years and he kind of forgot about it.
Frodo basically did. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of get it. If someone gave you a piece of jewelry and they're like, don't let anyone know you have that, I'd stick it away somewhere, and I haven't looked at that in a decade.
Yeah.
I'd forget that it was there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that thing. Throw the fire. You're like, yeah, it kills the earth. What? That's like finding out your crazy uncle just gave you a nuke. Like,
basically same energy. But yeah, no, that's when this would be taking place. Yeah.
okay.
And that's also when
That's when Gandalf gets to know who Strider is, and then Strider.
I think he knew Strider before because
Did he didn't know he was the king already, did
I think he did.
He did?
I think he
Okay.
did. Given that
Oh,
he's
so then he probably actively went out and looked for him.
He probably actively went out and looked for him, and honestly, I think that Gandalf's hookup to Aragorn would have been through Elrond.
Yeah.
Because Aragorn was raised in Rivendell.
That would make sense.
So
Yeah.
it's possible that he went...
Sorry.
it's possible that Gandalf went to Elrond, and it's actually also covered in Lord of the Rings in the books, that the reason why the Shire is so peaceful is there are a bunch of fucking rangers and people who dedicate their time to making sure that orcs and wolves and other stuff don't get into the Shire. People like Aragorn and like other rangers.
Wait, they like specifically protect it? Why?
Gandalf asked them to.
Well, I mean,
Well, you know, if you have a supreme wizard that's like, yeah, keep this area safe.
if you got a supreme wizard, yeah, who in the back of his mind has a suspicion that the one fucking ring is in the Shire, be like, do me a favor. Don't let anything happen
Could
to this
you imagine
place.
being Gandalf and you find out Bilbo's a dick and he's had it this whole time and just didn't tell you?
Can you just imagine having the pull to tell a bunch of rangers, keep this area safe? Why? Because I fucking asked you to.
Yeah, well,
Because you
he
know
does give off like big stick energy.
You know full well and good that if he would have been like, well, I'm pretty sure the One Ring is in here, but I'm not sure. Gondor, Rohan, everyone
If
would have
that
been
got
like,
out, they
right.
would.
But
yeah.
having enough fucking pull to just like do this.
Yeah.
I'm just a wizard. I mean, yeah, he's a wizard. Don't get they've got some oomph.
Yeah.
But like he's not a king, he's not a something.
Yeah. Technically
Like, just
speaking,
do this.
Gandalf, if he was like, I can't kill you, technically.
Well, and the other thing too is Gandalf is also like, it's not even so much like authoritative pull. It's so much that like everyone just respects the hell
That's
out
what
of
I'm saying,
Gandalf.
Oh, dude, you're not gonna tell Gandalf to fuck yourself.
That's
like,
almost. I will die on this sword forever. If you have more like social pull, that will outbeat authoritative pull any day of the fucking week.
like that's
Any
the
day.
that's the thing is like Gandalf could roll up to anybody and be like, "Oh, I have a suspicion that something's happening," and then people are like, "All right, cool. You're usually right about stuff."
Like, shut up and
I'm
take
not questioning it.
like shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, we're going to go ahead and bring this episode to a wrap. Thank you so much for coming along for this tangent here. Let us know your thoughts on everything that we've talked about that we have in Rumorville. And until next time, peace.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Out?